This review has been made possible by Chevrolet of Naperville. As you know, Chevy has tons of brand new cars and trucks available for purchase, but did you know that they also have a remarkable selection of used cars? Head on over to ChevroletofNaperville.com and look through hundreds of used cars for sale right now.
Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and today I'm driving a 2020 Chevy Tahoe Premier. Up front is a 6.2 liter V8, down below is a 10-speed automatic transmission. Now, the reason I wanted to get into this, well, there's actually two reasons why I really wanted to drive this Tahoe. First of all, one of you guys requested it. If you guys have a request from one of the following manufacturers, I will be sure to make a video of it. These are the current dealerships that I work with. So if you have a car you'd like to see from one of these manufacturers, definitely let me know. If I haven't filmed it already, I will go out and do so. But second of all, this is the last year of this generation Tahoe. The 2021 Tahoe has been redesigned. It is a fresh look on the Tahoe. And so this is the last of this body style. So I knew I had to drive it. I had to drive the epitome of this gen Tahoe, what it's like, why is it the best, and of course I had to drive it in the good spec, which is the Premier, which is the top trim, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But let's get back to that 6.2 liter V8. Well, there was a 5.3 liter offered, but this is the 6.2 only offered on the Premier. You can still get a Premier with the 5.3, but you have the ability to go up to the 6.2, and why not? Why wouldn't you? Horsepower for the 6.2 liter is 420 horsepower, 460 foot-pounds of torque, versus the 5.3 only got 355 horsepower and 383 foot-pounds of torque. So you do make a lot more power than the 5.3. This is really, if you're going to be towing, if you're going to be hauling things, really using it as a utility vehicle, go with the 6.2. If you're just going to use it as a family cruiser, you just really need that third row and you like the ride height, just stick with the 5.3. They're not bad. All right, 6.2 liter, basically a Corvette. Yeah. Torque, baby. Torque. That's all I could say. Like I said, paired to it is a 10-speed automatic transmission. It was also offered with a 6-speed, but this is the 10-speed, and honestly, I don't mind it at all. It's not shifting all the time. When Chevy first unveiled their 8-speed and their 10-speed, I felt like it was shifting all the time. It was like, vroom, 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 vroom. You don't get that sensation with this Tahoe. It's just smooth. It just glides. There's that meme out there of John Stamos, and he's like teaching the kid how to walk, you know? I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. That's what it feels like. It's just like, go. And that's how the 6.2 feels too. It's not in your face. It's not going to rip your throat out and make you upchuck your lunch. It goes. It has enough power to just go and go and go and go. That's what I love about the power band. Last but not least, this is the four-wheel drive model, and a few things come with that. First of all, we do have magnetic ride. That is not strictly for the four-wheel drive, but I do have magnetic ride and a fully automatic locking rear differential. So if you do plan on off-roading, that is available, a fully locking rear diff. So let's talk about the interior. We have a lot to go through. Being the Premier, this does have a lot more bells and whistles. So we have our gauges in front of me. Of course, the typical Chevy gauges. I have a million of them. On the far left is my tachometer. Then I have my battery voltage, coolant temperature, fuel, and oil pressure. And then on the right, I have my speedometer. And in the center, of course, I get a display screen that'll tell me everything I want to know about my Tahoe. I think the only thing it doesn't tell me is if it needs a wash or not, which right now it does not. It looks amazing. I really love that. Chevy has always been good at giving you a ton of information, dating back to even the early 2000s. Little green letters in the gauges, it would tell you everything you wanted to know. They've been doing this forever. I love the amount of information a Chevy can tell you. On the steering wheel on the left, I have my cruise control options, as well as my collision warning and heated steering wheel options. And then on the right, I have my voice commands, phone options, and my controls for that center screen we just talked about. The steering wheel is four-way adjustable. I can bring it closer, further, up, and down, all power, which is very, very nice. And then to the left of me, I have a bunch more options. I have my parking sensors on and off, lane keep assist on and off, traction control on and off, my trailer brake sensitivity settings, very nice built into the dash. Then I have my four-wheel drive options, 2 high, auto, 4 high, and 4 low. And then my headlight options. On the door, I have my power windows, power mirrors, power locks. Pretty standard there, nothing really too crazy. But getting into the center display, I do have a slightly small center display. Now, it's very clear the resolution is great. I can have onboard Wi-Fi, 4G LTE. I love that, but just in terms of modern cars, a lot of modern vehicles have very large screens. I know Dodge every year with the Ram, the screen gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. This is slightly smaller. It's definitely one of the smallest in its class. However, it works great. I do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on board. I absolutely love that. Everything I want to do, anything I would want to do is in the center screen. Now, the center screen does have a slight party trick, as a lot of other Chevy products do. We'll talk about that in a second. But overall, I really do like it. It's small for its class, sure. And it's really because the Tahoe is so ridiculously large that the screen just feels small because everything is so big. But down below that, I do have my radio control buttons, power, radio, media, home, back, eject, and a little square with some arrows. This is the party trick. You hold that and the screen comes up to reveal a secret USB charger, as well as a spot to put candy, batteries, chopsticks, jewelry, whatever you can put behind the screen. Push that button down and it comes right back down. I would not have even noticed that if I wasn't familiar with this feature. I like that. That makes me feel like James Bond. The CD player also doubles as a DVD player. We'll talk about that a little bit later on in the back. Down below that, heating and air conditioning controls. Not only dual zone, I can control the rears as well. Very, very thought through, very thorough controls right here. I absolutely love it. And down below that, one of my favorite features is that I do have not only heated seats that I can choose if it's just my back or my back and my bottom, but I have cooled seats as well. 3 different levels of cooled seats and 3 different levels of heated seats. I can make my seat do anything I really want to, and that is absolutely awesome. I love that feature. Living here in the Midwest, heated seats are a must. And honestly, right now, this heat wave we've been experiencing here in Chicago, cooled seats are a must. But in front of that, I do get a cubby hole, 2 USB chargers, and a 12-volt outlet. I have my pop-open cup holders, and then my giant center console, 2 more USBs in there, as well as an aux input. This is where I actually input for the radio, which is very, very nice, sort of hidden. Now we gotta talk about the seats. The seats are nice and comfortable. They are very, very comfortable. I like them a lot. Like I said, heated, cooled, power, memory. They're great seats. They're absolutely great. I love them. They work really, really well. But speaking of seats, we do have 2 more rows of seating. So let's do some back seat reviews. All right, so we're in the back of the 2020 Chevy Tahoe Premier, and I love it back here. First of all, legroom is great. I feel like an adult. In the back seats of cars, sometimes I feel smushed. I feel like I should be 8 years old. I feel like a full adult. My head isn't hitting. I have vents in the ceiling like a flippin' private jet. Down here on the center console, I have 2 USB inputs, an aux import and an HDMI input, which is for, I know I'm basically blocking out the camera now, but a Blu-ray player. Very, very nice. I have a wall outlet as well as a 12-volt outlet. So let's just recap here. Wall outlet, 2 USBs, aux, HDMI, and a 12-volt. That's insane. Tons and tons of features. This is a road trip machine. This is a passenger vehicle. Your passengers will be very, very happy. Seats fold down, obviously, like this. Very cool. And we do have a 3rd row, so we'll hop back there in a second. But overall, I would love sitting back here. I'm going to close my eyes, and I almost feel like I'm in a private jet. All right, let's do 3rd row. All right, so obviously 3rd row, not nearly as spacious as the 2nd row. If you really, really need to count on the 3rd row to be there every time, get the Suburban. The Suburban's the longer chassised Tahoe. It has a better back seat, better 3rd row, better trunk, whatever. So this is sort of not a downside. It definitely has a 3rd row, but this is where I start to feel like a child. I feel like I should be 8 years old going to the zoo to watch the dolphin show. Maybe it's because when I was young, I sat in the back of a Tahoe and went to the dolphin show at the Brookfield Zoo. Maybe that's just PTSD. However, that's how I feel back here. Is I feel like I should have a juice box and a small bag of goldfish. However, 2 cup holders back here for my juice box and goldfish. And then I do have a 12-volt outlet over here. Over here on the passenger side, only 1 single cup holder, no outlet. So that person just, it does have a third row. It works. The third row works. If you have kids, this is fine for them. It's just me, a 22-year-old adult who has a knee that locks up. Not the key demographic for this rear seat. So around the back of the 2020 Tahoe, you'll see I have 2 different buttons back here. Hit this one on the left, and it opens up just the rear glass. This is really nice for loading things. If you have animals in here, you don't want to, jump out, whatever it may be. That is super nice. Or honestly, for a filming rig, it'd be very nice. Sir, if you could not mow right now, that'd be nice. But then I have my tailgate button. Hit that twice. Power operated tailgate comes all the way up. Now, what I was talking about earlier with the Suburban is that it has probably an extra at least foot or 2 of room. This is sort of a thin back seat, but I do have power operations for those front seats. So look at that. I don't know if you caught that. Look at that. Didn't even have to touch nothing. Look at how cool that is. That was really cool. Anyway, here's the tailgate. One thing that's, never mind, found it. 12-volt outlet. That's all I really ask for from modern tailgates, is so I could fill up my air mattress when I go camping. Before we get to the exterior, I do want to point out up top here, I do have a couple of buttons. So I have a different button for tilting and sliding the sunroof. So that just tilts it open. This one actually slides it all the way open, which I love. The sunroof, absolutely great. I love the size of it, and I just love having a sunroof. But up here, I also have my settings for the tailgate. So, interestingly enough, I can have the tailgate open all the way. I can have the tailgate open to the max. I can have it open only 3/4, so if you have a low-hanging garage or a bike rack on the back, something of the sort, you're not going to dent or ding your brand new Tahoe. And then I can have it not open at all. I can turn it off, actually, which is actually kind of nice. But now we have to talk about the exterior. I love the look of the Tahoe. I've always thought the Tahoe was a good-looking vehicle, and this color is great. The wheels are great. Oh, man. I love the look of it. I like the look of it in a blue-collar sense. I think it looks still muscular and a little bit rugged and different, and not in like a Range Rover sort of way. Like a Range Rover looks very white-collar country club. This doesn't look good in the fact that it would fit in there, but soccer practice, towing a boat, carrying cases upon cases of Bush's new Apple beer, this fits right in. This is here for a good time, and it doesn't care who judges them. Because I say that, okay, I'm saying that because this car, this SUV, is, as the sticker says, $75,000. $75,000. And so that's getting up into Range Rover territory. But that's sort of mid-range to maybe even bottom tier Range Rover. This is the top tier Tahoe. And honestly, I would probably take this over a Range Rover. This feels more honest. It feels genuine. It doesn't have a side agenda to why it's going to your party. It's just going to your party to have a good time. It's not trying to secretly meet someone or pass legislation or anything like that. The Tahoe has always been here just for a good time. And even though this is the Premier, this is the top dog, this is the big cheese, that fact isn't lost on it. It's still just here for a good time. It just has a bigger motor and nicer features. It's that one guy in the friend group that just makes a bit more money than everyone else. He still brings his own six-pack on the boat, and he still pays his fair share at dinner, but he's just a little bit more comfy than you are. And that's okay. Every friend group has one. I'd like to be one day, but every friend group has one. And so coming back to it, $75,000 is this vehicle, is this truck, is this SUV, is this car, is this apartment building on wheels, is it worth $75,000? In today's market, yeah, 100%. 100%, because that's just the price that these are going for now. To me, $75,000 is still an unobtainable amount of money. I have to say, honestly, the nicest thing probably about this Tahoe is it's just nice knowing that I'm at the top, that this is the best Tahoe. And this is the last year for this Tahoe. This is the swan song for this generation. This is the grand finale. This is the parting piece for this gen Tahoe. I'm excited to drive the new one, the 2021. I'm excited to get my hands on it, but I knew before I did so, I had to fully understand the previous gen, where they were coming from. And man, it's going to be hard to beat. It's going to be hard to beat. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Chevy of Naperville for allowing me to take out their 2020 Tahoe Premier. This thing is beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's fun. It's the best Tahoe there is. And I can't wait to work with them in the future on the 2021 Tahoe. I think that's going to be very, very special. And they have tons of cars on the lot, tons of Tahoes on the lot as well, and they are getting the new Tahoes in very, very soon. So I can't wait for that. They are absolutely awesome. Their information is not only up on the screen, but linked in the description below. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.